guys, and welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be a day in the life with POTS. If you're new here, I am Jamie and I live with POTS, or postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. So today's video, I'm just gonna take you throughout my day. I did start in the morning, and every morning I start by chugging my 12-ounce cup that I keep next to my bed. That way I get 12 ounces of water in me before I even get out of bed. And yes, I do it on my side because if I drink it sitting up, it makes me extremely nauseous. But if I do it on my side, it doesn't. So yeah. Then I will check my blood pressure and my heart rate. Okay, so now to probably the most exhausting thing that I do before I get out of bed, which is put on my compression socks. If it wasn't for my compression socks, I don't think I would be able to function as well as I do. But they are a pain to put on, and it can be really exhausting, especially if I'm having a day like I was this particular day. It just kind of happened that this day wasn't really a great day for me. It wasn't a horrible day. I wasn't stuck in bed, but I did take it slow this day. Okay, so after I get out of my bed, my first thing is I just go to the bathroom and I start my day like that. And my biggest tip is do what you can sitting down. Like for me, I brush my teeth sitting down. I will brush my hair sitting down. Whatever I can do sitting down, I do. And I usually do that specifically in the morning because I haven't fully adjusted to being upright yet. Okay, next thing I do is my morning meds and supplements. I have posted a supplement routine, and it's honestly, I probably need to upload a new supplement routine. If you're interested in my supplement routine, then let me know down below and I will make that video. And I always do that with Pedialyte because Pedialyte gives me something in my stomach in the morning before I'm actually ready to eat. I can't eat first thing in the morning, so I do my Pedialyte. And after I take my meds, this is usually when I'm working on my computer, because I'm still not completely upright, but I am upright enough to get my body used to it, and I'm actually still doing something. So I'm working on my computer, and then after that I will go get my first cup of water. And my first cup of water I do mix my Normalite into. I will leave the Normalite link down below, and if you use the code POTS30, you can get 30% off your order. Okay, so this is different every day, but if it is warm enough, I do try to get outside in the morning. I usually do take my cats. Honestly, this is probably early afternoon, now that it is later in the fall, and it is starting to be a little bit chillier in the morning, but I usually do take the cats out in the morning or early afternoon and just let them have some run time. And I either, depending on how I'm feeling, I either hang out on the deck or I will walk around and do my little walkabout for the day. I didn't really have to follow the cats much this morning, and I wasn't really feeling like it, so I just kind of chilled out on the deck. And you will see in the next clip how I chill out on the deck. I usually sit there with my feet straight out in front of me, that way I'm not really sitting and I'm not laying, but it helps the blood flow. This hardly ever happens, but this particular morning, Earl and Rowdy both came back on their own and decided they were ready to go in the house, so I was not going to deny them that. And we went back in the house, and I got started on my chores, because even if I am feeling like crap, I still have stuff to do. And I'm just kind of showing that if I'm cleaning my room, I'm probably setting in the floor depending on what I'm cleaning. Like here, I'm cleaning off my TV stand, and I'm setting your floor while I'm doing it. And yes, I'm watching YouTube while I'm doing it as well. And I will stand up every now and then depending on what I am cleaning, but for the most part, I do try to set and clean. Okay, so now I'm back to working on the computer. It's after, I think it's about lunchtime, or yeah, no, this is after lunch. So I'm sitting here, I've got my feet up, and I didn't show my meals in this because my meals every day are different and iffy depending on how I am feeling. But I did prop my feet up, and then while I was working on my computer, I took my second dose of my POTS medication for the day. Okay, so I don't do this every day, but for some reason in the winter I seem like I have to do it more. I think this is just because when my symptoms are worse, I have to do this more. But I lay on my bed with my feet up against the wall, get my blood flow back down to my heart and head where it needs to be, and that way I don't pass out. I was kind of showing you that I'm laying on my bed that way. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing here. I do this for 10 to 15 minutes depending on how I feel. Then it takes me a little bit to balance back out, but once I do, if I feel like it, the cats will get another trip outside, and every trip is different for them and me. But this trip, once again, I was sitting on the deck, more or less because I was waiting for them to go off the deck, and I think they could tell that I wasn't feeling good this day because they didn't seem to be overly adventurous, but that's fine by me because they make up for it on the days that I feel good. And I did get a little bit of a walkabout in this time around after they decided to leave the deck. I did decide to do a little bit of a walkabout and just kind of see what was going on in the yard, see if anything was growing, and not because I do have stuff growing right now, but even though it is late October, stuff is still growing. So yeah, I was doing my walkabout, and I do try to get a little bit of movement in every day, whether I do exercise or if I just walk around the yard. And if I have to follow the cat, most likely I'm getting in a lot of my walking. Okay, so this is snack and rest time. Came in for a snack, and randomly Rowdy decided he was going to sit on my lap. This doesn't happen every day, but it has been happening a lot more lately. I think it's because he can sense that I'm not feeling good. But I will take all the Rowdy Lovin's that I can get, and I figured this would be cute to include in this video because you very rarely get to actually see them anymore, and this way you actually got to see them. But, and this does happen at least with either Rowdy or Nugget every day. I do get some kind of cat snuggle, and especially when I'm not feeling good, because Rowdy knows. And I was kind of lightheaded at this point in the day, and I think Rowdy sensed it. He's got to that point of if I'm lightheaded, he knows, and he sets on me. So, yeah. Okay, so it's a few hours later. I had my snack, watched a little bit of TV, got a little bit of rest in, and some Rowdy Levins. And I did feel like getting in a workout. I only did like a 30-minute workout this day. And I will do a video all about my workouts. That way everybody knows how I am working out with Pots lately. Everybody has been asking me, so yeah. And then they got their third and final trip outside before it got dark this day. And I was back to sitting on the deck the way I was that morning because it's just easier. And it makes me feel not so sick. Okay, so when I bring them in from their last trip outside, first thing I do is go get my evening meds, so my last dose of my POTS medication and my last salt supplement. I usually take a salt tablet at the end of the day because I usually need them. And if I do need my salt supplements or my salt tablets, I am not shy about them and I will take them throughout the day if I feel like I need them. It's just this particular day I didn't feel like I needed them. Like I was feeling off, but it didn't feel like a salt thing. So yeah, and I've been sick for 14 years, been diagnosed with POTS for 2, so at this point I do know what my body needs the majority of the time. Not all the time, but I usually do know what I need and when. And because my medicine does have the tendency to make me sick, I do like to rest after I take it. That way I'm not at risk of throwing it up, which I have done several times, and I found that if I rest after I take it, I'm not so sick with it, so that way I do manage to keep it. Okay, so after I did my last dose and I did a little bit more on my computer, we had dinner, did a little bit of a family movie night, and then I got ready for bed. For me, getting ready for bed is unmaking my bed, taking my magnesium, and then doing my yoga. Okay, so now that I am back in bed, I'm finishing off my night with some cat snuggles. That's why I moved the camera. I wanted you to see Nugget. And I do have a heating pad in my bed this night because I have been hurting. And sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't, but it's nice to have just in case. Usually Nugget steals it even before I turn it on, so some nights I don't even get to use it. But like I said, I wasn't feeling that great this day, and he knew it, just like Rowdy did, so he was all over me, which is fine because getting Nugget lovin's is rare. But I snuggle him a little bit, and I check my blood pressure and my pulse once again. I will also check my vitals throughout the day depending on how I'm feeling. I didn't this day because, like I said earlier, I've been sick for so long, I kind of know my body. But I don't hesitate to take my pulse if I need to. And I can just take my pulse. I don't have to use a pulse ox. I don't have to use a blood pressure cuff. So, the blood pressure is more or less if I'm feeling really crappy, and the pulse ox is if I can't breathe. So, yeah, but I do use them both every night just to be sure. But that's kind of how my night goes after this point. I do all that, get some more Nugget snuggles, and I will watch some Golden Girls because that's been my go-to lately. I might be switching back to Friends here, I don't know. But between Golden Girls and Friends is what I watch every night before I go to bed. But this is going to be it for my day in the life with Potts. I do have full morning routines and full night routines on my channel. I will link those in the cards if you want to see the full night and full morning routines. But other than that, that's it for my day in the life with Potts. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you've not done so already, hit the red subscribe button down below. Other than that, thank you for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.